Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Steph and this is Ordinary Plant Girl. If you are new here, thank you for clicking on this video, and if you are returning, thank you so much for spending more of your time with me. In today's video, I'm going to be repotting some Anthuriums, which is mildly terrifying for me. But if that is something you are interested in seeing, please stick around. Okay, today I thought that I would repot a few of my Anthuriums. I can't do as many as I would like because for some reason they are all throwing off leaves. That leads me to believe that with the cooler temperatures that we've had with the fall coming into season, my Anthuriums have now decided that they just all want to grow at once, and that's fine with me. But I do have a few here that are not pushing out new leaves yet that I would really like to switch out of the pots that they are in for varying reasons. So why don't we get started with these guys? Okay, so let's get started with the smallest one that I'm going to do today. And this is my crystallinum crossed with a forgetii, I think. Yes, crystal crossed forgetii. So with this one, you can see that I do have some considerable roots going on in here, and it's by no means is it root bound, but I do need to put it in something I think a little bit bigger because it dries out very quickly and then I end up having leaves that are yellowing. This is the oldest leaf on the plant, so I'm not overly concerned about it, and it's the smallest one. But I am starting to get little bits of yellow that are presenting themselves on the leaves. So I don't know if that is because of inconsistent watering on my part, because I won't realize that it's dried out. And it is in just, it's a 3 inch little drinking cup, but I think I'm going to put it into something better. So what I'm wondering is, this is still the same diameter, but it's just a tad bit deeper. So I might do that. If I don't put it in that 3 inch, do I want to upsize it to a 4.5? And you know what? I think I might actually do that. I think I might put it in the 4.5, just to give it more room at the bottom of the pot for its roots to grow, and it will definitely retain more water that way as well. See, it's not too bad, right? That's not too big of a difference. And that way, as I can also bury those aerial roots that are showing through the top. So that is the crystallinum crossed with the forgetii. Now, speaking of the crystallinum, one of the ones that I have to do here is my crystallinum. So there are 2 plants in this pot, and now I'm just making sure that they're not putting out any new leaves, which it's not. So this one I would like to get out of here as well, just because it is in a 5 inch orchid pot, and this one too dries out so quickly. I'm not seeing too much damage aside from some crisping, but it's constantly light all the time. And I do have a nice area of rootage. Again, not overly root bound. It's not root bound at all, really. But I do want to put it in probably a 6 inch pot. And let me grab one and make sure. It's gonna suck because it won't be able to go in that cache pot anymore though. Okay, so here I do have a 6 inch pot, and mostly it's really just gonna be a little bit deeper. You know what, not even. Okay, well, it's still gonna be better off in here than it is in this orchid pot. Okay, and then last but not least, let's make sure I get my little pots here that I'm going to use. So if you can see her just looking absolutely gorgeous over here. This is my Anthurium besseae AF. So this was the first and only leaf that has come out in my care. You can see around the bottom here where the roots have wrapped themselves around, and this is one that also dries out very quickly. Like every time I go to check on it, it needs to be watered. So this is like every few days. And I'm wondering if it's just because the water runs past these roots down through the bottom, and then, I don't know, they're just the top of the medium dries out. So it is in a soil and tree fern fiber mix. I think all of them are. No, the crystallinum's not, because I got the tree fern after I did that. But the crystallinum crossed with the forgetii, that is in a tree fern fiber soil mix. And I'm gonna stick with that because they really do like it. But yeah, so this one, I think I'm gonna just upsize this to a 7-inch pot. Yes, this is a 7-inch pot right here. So we are gonna upsize it from the 6 to the 7. And that also gives me the opportunity to bury this, which is something that just needs to happen. I need to bury that. So that is what we're going to do. Okay, so I've got all my pots. As you can't see anything because of her, like, look at this leaf. Look at this leaf. Oh my goodness. It was so satisfying to watch this one grow. But you will be last because I've got to get these little itty bitty ones done. I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be really happy once it gets moved. I finally got a hold of some charcoal. I didn't have charcoal for the longest time. And I don't really know if I find it overly necessary, but it does make me feel better to know that it's in there, whether it's for its chunky attributes or just because it's supposed to kind of be antibacterial. Either way, I am very glad that I have it again. All right. I've got that ready to go. And I just need this bowl. I don't even really think, I'll probably keep that in there actually. So this little crystallinum forgetii I got from Urban Foliage here in Canada. I bought 3 of them, and one I gave to a friend. She went away for a week and the little seedling didn't really make it, so I still have the other 2. And out of the 2, I would say that this one looks the worst, even though it's not the worst. So I'm going to take off this yellowing leaf because I don't need that. And now, since I know that this mix is fine, because it is my own mix, and I put this wee little baby seedling in here just after I got it, I know that it's okay. Let me turn this around for you. Now, you know that I don't like disrupting the roots unless I absolutely have to. So here is a little bit more of a look at them. And they are nice and green. Oh. So one of the benefits about tree fern fiber is that it just falls away from your plant and its roots. So again, I'm not going to mess with it too much. I actually could probably just drop it in there. Right there. Perfect. Now I just need, and it leans a little bit because it's leaning towards the grow light on the shelf that I have it on. Oh, I did not inoculate it, but I can do that. Oh, actually, I think I just inoculated with Great White recently. So maybe when the other one is ready, it's pushing out a new leaf right now, so I can't do anything with it, but maybe when that one is ready to go, I will try it with the Myco and see how that goes for it. But for now, I just want to make sure that this one is all taken care of. I've made a huge mess on my little table here, but that's okay. Make sure there's no pockets. And I do find that I rotate my plants, so I'll probably face this in the opposite direction so that it leans back the other way, because it does face this way, leaning towards the light. And unless I put something in there to block it, it is just going to keep leaning forward. So there we go. Anthurium crystallinum crossed with forgetii. Hopefully I don't forget to label it. But it is at a size where I know what it is, so it's really not a big deal. All right. Oh, next is going to be my crystallinum, and this one is going to get a soil refresh because I know that the soil is old. Put you over there. Oh no, where can I put you where you're not gonna cause any problems? Okay, we'll be right there. All right. So the crystallinum, like I was saying, is going to get a soil refresh because this soil is old. And I think that it would benefit from some fresh soil. Oh. Uh-oh. Let go, let go, let go. Okay, well, I was not expecting the roots to be stuck in there. Wow, did I have a lot of perlite in this mix. Like, can you see how much perlite is in there? Like, that's a lot of perlite for me. But apparently, the roots were okay with it. I mean, really, that's not bad. Whoops, as I make a mess. That's not bad at all. And I can mess with these ones a little bit. There are some, man, there's a lot of chunk in here too. Okay. So, because it feels so dry, I just want to make sure that we're all good. I don't see any dry roots, but okay. All right. So we've got you out, and it looks like a 6-inch pot is definitely the right move for this one. So that makes me feel better about it. Okay. So we've got our 6-inch pot. I do like adding the tree fern fiber, but I also make sure that I don't go heavy on it, because then it defeats the purpose and my plants will still just be too dry too often. Okay, so this one will also end up being buried a bit, which is good because it does need to be a little more stable. That's why I've got a chopstick in there, because it was not the most stable. So I'm trying to stay ahead of the game with my uploads. So by the time you see this, it'll be 3 weeks later. From the time that I did this. As I'm technically reminding myself to do right now, well, just by saying it out loud, I can add some footage to show you how they are doing at this point. Or at that point, I guess. So with this crystallinum, I think I said it already, there's 2 plants in here. I thought about separating them, but I think I am going to like the look of the 2 in here. I did not use Myco for this one either because I'm ridiculous, but I will inoculate it with Great White because I can just water that in. And everything will be fine. All right. Okay. So, well, hopefully I have enough mix for the next one. There it is. My, oh, you can't see. I'll lift you up a little bit. There you go. This is my Anthurium crystallinum. I think it's funny because it's got this upside down leaf. It's the only one that's like, and it's actually changed. It was right upside down. Now it's just kind of sideways. But beautiful. Oh, hang on. See a little bit of a pocket there. That's something else that I'm not too overly concerned with for the most part, is if there's gaps, because through watering most of the time those gaps will get filled anyway. But having an extra air pocket is not a bad thing. Okay, so I'm just gonna put over here. Okay. So now if you can see this okay, so this is the 7-inch pot I'm going to use for my besseae AF, and this is the one that terrifies me. So with the crystallinum, I have repotted this one before. I got it, it was smaller. I've kind of grown with it. The crystal crossed with the forgetii, again, it's small. I have grown with that. The besseae AF has completely astounded all of my expectations. It has surpassed them, and I do not want to mess this up. So, how do I not mess this up? I guess it's all a part of it, right? It's all a part of the journey. So, there. Oh, I can't believe how gorgeous this plant is. And it's actually starting to crisp over here on the side as well. I'm not sure if I said that before either, but it just, that narrow leaf, and I've seen them rounder. You're kind of in the way there. I've seen them rounder, but I got this long leafed one and I'm okay with that. Okay, now hopefully I have enough mix. I should, because I will still be using some of the mix from the plant itself. So, as long as I've got enough to put in the bottom and enough to put on the top, I can always make more, I just don't want to. If I can avoid having to make more, that would be great. But I have a feeling that I'm gonna have to make more anyway. Okay. Now we're gonna put the crystallinum tag back in there. Take the besseae tag out, and let's see what we got. I'm just completely amazed at how those roots have just wound themselves around the bottom like that. Okay. I don't know what you can see because I can't see the viewfinder right now, but hopefully there is a nut. Oh my goodness. You are holding on. There we go. Okay. Okay. Let's, no, let go. They're attacking each other. Okay, so just to give you a quick show here of what the, oh, yeah, I got a vacuum. What the roots look like. They're pretty happy. Now, one of the things I wanted to make sure that I did was get it low enough so that I can bury part of the stem. Okay, maybe part of the reason this one was drying out so much is because this one is like heavy on the tree fern fiber. So, but you can tell how much it likes growing in tree fern fiber. Like, after I put it in this mix and it threw out that leaf, I had no questions about the benefits of tree fern fiber for my anthuriums. And it wasn't the first anthurium that I had tried it with, but it was definitely one of the ones that I wanted to experiment with. It's not even, the mix isn't even isn't even really chunky at all. All right. And I do find that I've had success as well with using Great White in my plants. The ones that I have used it on seem very, very happy. As I set off the dogs upstairs because I'm banging. Now, I probably could have buried this more, but I'm okay with it as it is. Except that there is one pocket over here. I think I'm actually kind of stabbing the root, and I'm sorry. I just need you to work with me here. Okay, there's still a really big gap. This is one of the things I love about using these clear pots, is because I can do this. And it works wonders. Now I've just got a small pocket. There we go. Perfect. Okay, and then, oh, I can still add more. I think I'm just gonna make it. Just. All right. Okay. So I buried the aerial roots that were sticking out. And that is that. Oh, I made just enough mix. All right. And there she is. Okay, so I really wish that I had more I could have done with you today when it came to my Anthuriums and repotting them. But this is just what I could do right now because everything else is just switched on. So I'm very glad that I got the besseae done. It's been a couple of weeks now that I've been debating doing it and waiting to see if I should let it get root bound, or if it was okay to repot it without it being root bound. And for the most part, I do believe that if something else is telling me that I need to repot the plant, then it doesn't matter to me if it's root bound or not. In some cases, if I pull it out and I feel like it still has a ways to go, I'll just put it back in the pot it was in. But I do think that it was definitely a good idea to upsize all of them, especially the crystallinum, because I knew that it was just drying out way too much. And when I have to give it water every like 3 days or so, that was just too much. So in this pot now, it should be better. It should retain more water too, based on the type of pot that I have it in. And all 3 of these should be good to do that. So as soon as I can, because technically it is still fall and I don't like to repot in the winter. Sometimes I will, but I don't like to repot in the winter. So I've got about a month. Once December hits, I'm pretty much not going to touch anything. So I'm going to try to get everything I can done before then. But yeah, so here they are. My Anthurium crystallinum, my Anthurium besseae, and my Anthurium crystal crossed with Forgetii. So, with all that being said, I hope you are all safe and well. Please like and consider subscribing to my channel, leave any comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!